Greetings to everyone watching. This is your ICT facilitator, Mutebi Ratib, your ICT educator. You are welcome onto this other session of ICT, new curriculum, where we are learning or teaching the generation on the new changes and how they have to attend to the items in the new curriculum. So my name is Mutebi Ratib and my contact is 0784657421 and my channel name is Mutebi Ratib. So to everyone that has been able to subscribe, share, thank you so much for doing me a favor. So in this session, we are going to be now going on to our last item of Matigo Mock 2025 paper 2. On this item, we are going to be doing it using Expression Web. After looking into the item setter's interest, we are going to be designing a simple website. So to the people following, please subscribe and share. This is your ICT facilitator, ICT educator, Mutebi Ratib. So people that are looking for item 1, the video has been uploaded already. Just go onto my channel. You will be able to see Matigo, item 1, 2025. The answers have been put there and how we had to manipulate the different applications. So now, allow me take you straight to the item and then we see what was really the motive of the item setter. So here we go. This is our paper 2, the way you see here. And on this paper 2, the learner had to do multiple things. The way we are going to be checking, this is Matigo, examination body, Uganda Certificate of Education, Information and Communication Technology, paper 2. Remember, in this paper, the learner is given a space of 2 hours and 30 minutes. We are to see now how we had to manipulate this item. Here we go. They are telling us on this item 2 that the owner of Mountain Mufumbiro Guest House and Restaurant have approached you as an ICT expert to help them advertise their services online. Now, the learner or the candidate doing the question, they have to keep taking notes on the key terms, on the pushing terminologies that will guide them. Either they have to go in for an offline publication or an online publication. Now, looking at this, expert to help them advertise their services online, particularly on the global network. To achieve this, you will design a website. Look at this. They are telling the candidate that please, you will design a website with the 4 relevant pages. Even they are going an extra mile to give you the number of pages they want you to come up with. And the navigation buttons to enable customers to move easily between pages. To make the website attractive, you will use marquees to highlight key text and grab viewers' attention. Each page will have a different bright background color to keep the design engaging. The information will be evenly spread across the pages for a user-friendly experience. The website will also feature relevant pictures to attract viewers, and the owners have provided graphics in the Mufumbiro folder, which you will use to enhance the website's visual appeal. Use the information below to make your designs. They're telling us that for accommodation, they offer the following: double rooms at 90,000 shilling, single rooms at 50, night parking at 10,000, and car washes at depending on the size of the car. Restaurant, they provide the following: drinks, they have sodas, juice, ice cream, breakfast, they have katogo, rice, nyama choma, black tea, and black tea, African tea. For lunch, they have chicken brilliant, goat pilau, matoke, kalo, and molokoni. So this is what they have onto their restaurant detail. So what is our task? They are telling us here that design and produce the platform to enable communication and advertisement. Remember, we have very many online publication softwares that the learner can use. We are to have another video where we are to use our Dreamweaver. We are to also post another video where the candidate had to use, where the candidate can also use WordPress. But in this one, we are going to look at the use of Expression Web to see how the candidate could have attended to this item. So I had designed a dummy product which we can use as a sense of reference to give you a glimpse or a sense of direction. And here we go. Here we designed a simple website having over 4 pages as directed from the question paper. We had the home page, the accommodation, the restaurant, and the contact us page. These pages have been well designed using Expression Web, the way you see in here. Then we had the restaurant page where we went on to design a few things, and they are telling us here that we had the restaurant page where we put a few images about the foods. Remember, we had the local foods into the question paper, and we have some catching colors to make the website attractive. Then on that, we also went on to design the contact us page. The way you see up here, the contact us page is also up there and running, where we had to put a form where the customers could go up, fill, and do the other requirements as they need. So here we have over 4 pages: the home page, accommodation page, restaurant page, and then the contact us page. We also have a marquee here, and then we have a banner which contains the restaurant name reading Mountain Mufumbiro Guest House and Restaurant. Now, after looking at this, we want to teach our learners. If I told you you are attending to this item, the item 2, and you want to use Expression Web, what are the details that you had to put into consideration, and what were you supposed to do at stake? Okay, let's go now straight away to business. Remember, in our first video, we had looked at item 1. I want to use the same folder that I used. The learner should create a folder on the desktop with their full name and personal number. For my folder is Mutebiratib 003. So here we go. When I open this folder, for now it has one item that we had attended to in the first place. Now I'm going to create another subfolder for item 2. I'll come here, I say item 2, and in this item 2 is where we are to put our response for item 2. Now, away from that, I will come also check on the support material. Remember, the support material have been put in the video description. Please go download, try out, follow with me, pause, try out and see the way forward and learn something. So here we go. We have the folder called Mufumbiro, and in this folder called Mufumbiro, we have different graphics that we are to use in our website. We have different graphics which we are to blend in our design. So what you have to do is to come copy all these images, Ctrl+C, and then come paste them in your folder of interest. My folder is this, item 2. I will come and paste, Ctrl+V. Now I have my images over here. Now we start straight away. Remember, you should have installed the Expression Web environment on your computer, and I had shared a video on how we do that onto our YouTube channel. Please go watch and see how to install Expression Web. So I will start by launching it. I will come into my search area. I type expression. So when you type expression, you will see the icon with a 4. Since I'm using this web 4, I'll come and click open. So when you click open, it will take a few seconds. It will load. The speed will vary based on your computer. Mine is loading, and here we go. So when you open here, you will go to file over here, or you can just move straight to site, and under site you go and say on this option site, I will go and say new site. I will move and say new site over here, and when you click new site, you come to this option general, the way you see it up here, and then when you reach here, say one page, and then click after clicking one page, you come browse. After browsing, look for your folder on the desktop. My folder is Mutebi Ratib 003, which is this one here. I will access my folder for item 2, and then I will click open. When I click open, I will go on and say OK. Now when I click OK, here we go. We have created our project, and then by default, they create for you the default page. The way you see, I have the default.html which I have to come and rename. So I will come rename this. I call it home. Since it's my first page, I'm going to call it home.html. Then I'll click yes. Do you want to continue? I click yes. Now when you click yes, they're telling us that, are you sure you want to rename? I saw yes, and then here we go. So I have my first page called the home page. These are the images that we had pasted into that page. So to open, you double tap. When you double tap, your page will open, and the name is up here, which is the home page. So we shall start by designing the first page, which we shall use to blend the other pages. This is my interface, the way you see it up here. Now what I will do when I reach here, I'll move straight. I start designing. Remember that our plan is to come up with something of this nature, to have over 4 pages, and then a few details, the way I designed this dummy, and then a few details here we are going to see, and then the contact us page, everything using the Expression Web software. So now let's get back to work. Now this is my dummy page that I'm going to use as my home page. Okay, so now let me start by creating a simple table. On this table, I'm going to take one row, and then I'm going to take one column. I'll come here under layout, alignment. I take center. I keep it at 100. I'll come and maybe increase the cell padding to, let me keep it at maybe 1, and then I'll go on to click OK. Let me click OK. When I click OK, I'll come here and type the name of the restaurant. Our restaurant was named. Remember now this is a table. Our restaurant is Mountain. Let me use uppercase. Our restaurant is Mountain Mufumbiro Guest, Mountain Mufumbiro Guest House and Restaurant. Mountain Mufumbiro Guest House and Restaurant. So I want to take this to be my banner. So allow me align it center. You can align center. After aligning center, let me keep it at bold, and then let me go on to increase on its color. Let me keep it at maybe large. Then I'm going to give it a catching font color. Let me maybe give it red, and then let me also go on to give it a background that I think will work better. So now I wanted to shade the entire table. Yes, I wanted to give it a background. So I'll go to table properties. Since it's a table, I go to background. I want to apply yellow and then I click OK. So now here we have a simple banner on top, and then I can go on after designing this. Let me check on our plan. After putting the banner here on our home page, we want to come up with a catching slogan. We are going to say where comfort meets taste. You can change depending on your motive. So I will come here, create a simple paragraph. I say where comfort, comma, meets taste. Yes. Remember, we are working on a restaurant, so I will try as much as possible to blend my language to be in line with the restaurant for the person perceiving my work. So I'm going to align it center. I can italicize it. I can also go on to increase on its font size. I can bold it. I can also change its color. Let me give it blue. I also click apply. Okay, so this is what we have, and this is my website. I will Control S to save changes. So now here, after doing that, after putting my catching slogan where comfort meets taste, I'm going to go on. I create the navigations. The navigations, these help us to move from one page to another. We are going to create these links the way you see that I can easily navigate on my website with a lot of ease, the way you see here. So let me first create these navigations. So one, I can just type them, or I create a simple table. So hover your cursor to table, say insert table, and then go on and say I have over 4 pages, so I'm going to create 1 row, but then I'll create 4 pages, and then I'll come to alignment, not pages but columns, 4 columns. I'll go and say center. Now let me keep the navigations under measurements. Let me keep it at 60 so that it doesn't overstretch to the entire page. Now I'll go to cell padding, allow me keep this at 4. Then cell spacing, allow me keep it at 4. Then size, the border size, also let me keep it at 4. Now the color here for the border, I'm going to take red, and maybe the background, let me take aqua or lime, depending on what you want to come up with. So I'm going to take lime. So now I click OK. When I click OK and I come back onto my page, this is what I have. I've composed a simple table of 4 columns and 1 row. So I'll come and start typing. 1, I'll have the home on the pages. Remember, before you do anything, it's better you come up with a plan. It's better you come up with a plan. I had composed a plan, which I'm going to also put in the video description for the people who want to try out. I had composed my plan. Since I don't have time to type everything, I had composed my plan on what I'll put on the home page, accommodation page, restaurant page, contact us page, and everything. But the learner doing an exam, you have to be very fast as you do your plan. You may not type it, you may just have a sketch, and then you start manipulating it straight away. So now I have my home page. Now here I'm going to create accommodation page, and then I will also go on to create the restaurant page, and then I will go on to create the contact us page. So now after getting this, I can even highlight, I align them center, I can bold them, I can increase on their size for visibility, as simple as that. So I'm done creating my navigation options, which I'm to activate very, very soon. So after getting this, what else can we bring up? Yes, we can go on to put a separator here. We can go on to put a separator, and this separator I'm going to just put a horizontal line to separate my header section from the body section. How do we do that? Just keep your cursor where you want to put the line, go to Insert, click HTML, and then come and choose horizontal line by clicking on it. When you click on it, it will come here. Just double tap it. After double tapping, you can go on to increase its height. Let me keep it at maybe around 7, and then you can also go on to give it a different color. I'm going to keep it at blue, and then I'll go and click OK. I can also say solid line, no shading. I activate the button, I click OK. So when you come back here, we have our home page getting shape the way you see it up here. So let me Control S to save the changes. So far, this is what we have. Let us take a look onto how it looks like the other side of the web browser. Don't forget to save every time you make a change by pressing the Control S button. By pressing the Control S button the way I have pressed mine there. So now, Control S, I'll move this side. I go into my folder. Remember, this is our folder. I check item 2, and then so far I have one page, which is the home page. I'll double tap it to open. When I open, this is what I have so far. Okay, now after getting this, at least we are getting there. Let us get back to the plan. We can go on to design a footer. We can go on to design a footer, but maybe before we go in to give a footer, let us first put a marquee, because in the question paper here, they told us, the item setter said that to make the website attractive, you will use marquees. The way you see, we shall use marquees to highlight key text and grab viewers' attention. How do we add marquees? So I want to add a marquee. A marquee is this line of text that you see that is sliding on our page. For me, my marquee, I said, welcome to Mountain Mufumbiro Guest House and Restaurant. So this is a marquee. So now, how do we create that? I'll come over here. I go to the code view now. Switch to the code view down here, then create a marquee tag. Create a marquee. Let me use lowercase letters. Create a marquee tag. Mine is up there, and I want to say my marquee here will be, since I had drafted a plan, allow me just save time by copying the text. For you, you can pause, you can type, so that you can try out everything from scratch. So I'll come here and then paste. So this is my marquee, which is welcome to Mountain Mufumbiro Guest House. Control S, switch back to design view. You'll find your marquee up here. So you'll find our marquee up here, and then we can go on and do some polish. Let me highlight. I can increase, I can bold it. I can also make it italic to make it eye-catching. I can also give it color. I'm going to give it color red. Yes. Then what else can we add? I can also go on to change its font color. Let me take maybe Gill Sans to be my font style, and then you can increase on its size depending on the motive. So when I Control S, I've saved changes. I can now check back on my page to see what we have so far. So currently our marquee is not running. So what could be the error at stake? So the error could be, let us check again in the code view. The error into our marquee. We want to check and see what could be the error that is keeping our marquee not working. Yes, we want to see over here. So we see that we opened the tag here. This is our marquee, welcome to Mountain Mufumbiro, and then we came and closed it at this point here. Okay, so we are to find out why our marquee is not working, and then we fix it, and then we continue. Okay, so we want to first fix this error, because we want to make sure that our marquee runs very, very well. So I'm going to code it again. You just open the tag. Our tag name is marquee. Close. When you close, it will be able to put for you the right syntax, and then I will come over here. I had typed my plan just to save time. I want to say welcome to Mountain Mufumbiro guest house. Let me copy this. I come over here and then paste my text. You're free to pause, type, though, or you use the support material which is put into the video description. Let me try saving. I go back to my display window to see whether, yes, now our marquee is up and running. So now, after getting it here, I will come back to my plan. I go back to the design view. I do some adjustments onto this. I can go on to italicize it. I can also keep the size. You can change the font. You can do lots and lots of adjustments. Let me see the copper black. Yes, I can use this font. Remember, they wanted our site to be attractive. Let me keep the size at that, and then I can go on to change the font color to blue. I don't want to use multiple colors. I want to maintain a few colors that I started up with. Okay, now after getting this, at least now let me Control S. Every time you make a change, please don't fail to check the window to see the result. You might be making an error and then you lose out on time. So you keep checking the window. So far, this is what we have. And now I'll come over here. I can decide to break so that I have some space where I will put the content for the home page. Then after creating some space, I'll go on to create my footer. Yes, because I want the pages to have the same layout, but different material or different content. So now I will go on to say, let me create my footer. I'm going to put my footer in a simple table of one row, one column. Let me align it center, keep it at 100. Let me make the padding 4, spacing 4, and then maybe the size also, let me keep it at 4. Then the color, let me maintain the same color. I'm going to take lime. Let me take red so that I keep the same theme. And then the background, let me take lime, and then I click this. So after, I'm going to come and type content in this table I've just created. And my content, it's better you personalize your work. I will say designed by Mutebi. Yes, Mutebi Ratib. Mutebi Ratib who? 003. Yes, your personal number. Customize your design so that you resemble your work. So now, after, I can go on, align it center. I can go on to change its font to something that is a bit unique. Let me take Arial Black. I can go on to increase the size, maybe to around 24. I can go on to maybe italicize it. I can go on to change its color to any that you think will blend very, very well. But due to time, allow me just take a pause at that. Control S, I'll go back to my page to see what I have so far. Refresh. Yes, at least now we have the structure. We have the structure and now it's time to create the other pages, and we seal it down. So now, after achieving this, I will go on to create the other pages for accommodation, restaurant, and contact us. So what I will do to create the other page, we have over 2 to 3 options, but allow me take the simpler one. You can decide to click here where they're telling us that new page, or I can go on and say Control N to create a new page. Now after Control N, after Control N, I can go on to save this file. How do we save? You can Control S, and then after reaching here, you can go on to give your file a name. I'm going to name this file as this page as accommodation, and then I click. You can even go on to put the title onto this. I say this page is accommodation page. Even I can put the word page. I click OK. I click save. When I come back here, now the name will change to accommodation. Control N to create another page. I can even right click. I go to page properties, and then I save it from here. I say this page is restaurant. This page is the restaurant page. Then I browse where I want to save. I can browse. I say I wanted to browse from here, but maybe for simplicity, let me click OK here, and then Control S, that we maintain the same point. I want to call it, let me use uppercase for consistency, restaurant, the restaurant page. Then the title is already there, restaurant. Let me keep it at restaurant page. Then click save. One more, I want to create the last page, which is the contact us. So I'll Control N, Control S. I'm going to save this as the contact us page. So I'm creating the other pages. Contact us page. I can go on to give it a title. I say contact us page, and then I click OK. Now I have finished composing all the 4 pages that they want us to pick by the examiner: the home page, accommodation page, restaurant page, and contact us page. So when you go here into your folder, you will see that under your folder now, item 2, you have all your 4 pages, but these other pages are blanks, so we need to work on them. So now you'll come back to the home page where you have your dummy, and then you first make these links active if you want to have everything very, very easily executed. These other pages are blank. The home page has some content and the navigation buttons that I want to use. So now, how do we link? One, we have over 3 approaches. You can decide to highlight the word you want to use as a link, right click, and say hyperlink. When you click hyperlink, they will take you straight, and then they ask you which page do you want to link to? Which page do you want to link to? Now, if you've been working on multiple projects, you might bump into a different project. It's more better you're sure that I'm dealing with the right project. So now I can decide to come and browse over here, or already I'm into my item 1, item 2 folder. I can just move straight away. So I want to link this word home to the home page. So you click. But when you click on it, you will see some dummy, the HTTP // please make sure that you don't leave this here because your pages will not link. First come click in space and then click again so that it is reading home.html, not HTTPS // blah blah. Please don't leave that. It will make your pages not to link. So I will click OK. When I click OK, now it has been turned into a link. I'll move on to accommodation. Under accommodation, I can go to insert. I click hyperlink. Or I use the first approach where I said right click, choose hyperlink. Then this is accommodation. Link onto accommodation. Should be reading accommodation.html, not https / blah blah. No. So accommodation.html, I say OK. Now I go to restaurant over here. I say right click. I choose hyperlink. I say this is restaurant. Click on restaurant and then click OK. Then go on to contact us. Highlight, right click, hyperlink, then look for contact us and then click OK. So when I click OK now, my links or the buttons are now active. When I Control S, the way you see, when I Control S, I've saved changes. Now we will see that when I go back to my project and I refresh, we see that these links are active. The links are active, though we don't have information on the other pages. So now after achieving this, you move straight away to your project, and now we duplicate this information onto the other pages because we said that we are going to maintain the same layout but different content in the body. So now I will come, I click Control A, Control C, go to accommodation, Control V, Control S, save changes. So I've pasted this onto the accommodation page. Now I will move to restaurant page. I again Control V, Control S. I'm pasting the same content. I go to contact us. I say Control V, Control S. I save the changes. So now I'm done putting the layout or the plan onto each and every page. The way you see down up here. I have now the restaurant page, I have the accommodation, I have the home. So I've made the layout to be the same because I'm going to just be changing the content in the body section. So now when I check back on my display, now if I check the home page, it has the same material. Accommodation, same material. Restaurant, same material. Contact us, same material. Now let's dive into giving it a different look to see that we can come up with something really extra good. So now I'll come back to the home page. I start the design. I will say now, let me put some content here and maybe a welcoming image to the people that are checking our website. What should I put here? I had composed some dummy material under which I want to put on the home page. The home page is I want to carry this information to act as an opening statement for the people, okay, checking our website. I've pasted this, or to give it a different feel, I can go to table. I set table here, and then I create one row. I create two columns. I come over here. I say now, let me keep it center. I keep these different options. I click OK. So that I put my content in a table so that I can side one content here, the image this side. I come here, Control V. Yes, after pasting this here, I can now go on to insert an image in this other cell. So I put my cursor there. I go to insert. I click picture. I say from file. When you click from file, I want to take this to be my picture. I click insert. I click OK. When you click OK, your picture will come over there. Let me Control S. Now when I Control S and I check how my site looks like, this is what we have so far. This is what I have so far. So now what I will do, I want to do some adjustments. Onto my design here. So I'm going to first increase the font. I say, let me increase the font size to around maybe 18 or 24 to make it a bit bolder. I can even go on to align it center to give it a different feel. And then after doing this, I can now go on to change on my page or the image. Right click, choose picture properties, go to appearance. Now I want to increase on its size. We are going to keep it at 400 width and then 400 height. I click OK. Yes, so that at least the image is a bit heavy depending on plan. So now I'll come over here. I want to decrease on this dummy space that we have at stake. I have Controlled S to save changes. When I come back now to my design, at least we see that we have some dummy content and we have a good image. We have a marquee running over there. So now we are soon wrapping up. So after getting this, I can now go on to also add something onto this page. I say, because in the question paper here, they said, the website will also feature relevant pictures. The information will be evenly spread across, but they said each page will have a different bright background color to keep friendly experience. So background color, I can just come here, I say page properties, I go to formatting, I go to background color, I choose a color that I think might give us a feel of a good site. Let me take silver, I click OK. When I click OK, yes, this is what we have. I've set the text silver as my background color. So when I Control S, I come back here onto my site, I refresh. Yes, we see that I've decided to take silver, and this is how the page looks like. Now, allow me go to the other pages. Control S, I'm done with the home page. I will go to accommodation. On accommodation, what do we want to see on accommodation? On accommodation page, based on the dummy, we want to have a simple statement introducing, and then we shall also go on to have some images over there. So now I'll move back here to my page. I want to put some content to act as opener, to act as an opener. Yes, to act as an opener here. Under accommodation, copy. I want to copy this. I move straight here. I Control V. When I Control V, allow me, let me check here. Yes. So this is our information here. The way you see our information. Let me Control Z. I copy for you again. This is my info that I want to start with onto the home page. So I want to copy this, Control C, come here to your design, Control V. Yes, this is what we have. Now I will go on to increase on the size. Keep it at around maybe 24 for uniformity. After putting it here, I want to now put a catching statement. We are saying our accommodation options and offers. I want to put it over here. I want to say our accommodation options and offers. So I'll come highlight. I can change it from paragraph. I call it maybe heading 2. I can align it center. I can give it a color that is a bit unique. Yes. And then I can bold it. Yes, I can bold it. Our accommodation offers. Ctrl S, copy paste to keep life very, very easy. After doing that, I'm going to create a table. This table will be of 1, 2, 3. 3 columns and 1, 2 and 2 rows. Yes. So I'll come back here at this section. I go to table. I click insert table, and then I say I want 2 rows and 3 columns. Yes, 2 rows and 3 columns. I want to align it center. Allow me keep it at 80. Cell padding, I want to keep uniformity. Cell padding, the border size, the color, I'm going to keep it red, and then I will go on to click OK. So when I click OK, this is what we have as our table. At this point, I'm going to go on and say, what do we have over here? At the first point, I have the question paper on accommodation. It is saying that the owner use the information below to make your design. For accommodation, they offer the following. So we have rooms. This is double rooms, single rooms, night parking, and then car washes. So I'll move back here. I say at this point, I'm going to put rooms. And then I will also come here. I say maybe car wash, and then here I'll put maybe night parking. Yes, night parking. So now I'll move on to inserting images. I want to insert an image here for a room to make my site attractive. I'll go to insert. I click pictures. From file, I look for the room. When you check into the images, you had only one picture for a room. Click on it, click insert, click OK. I'll have my room there. Go up here, click insert, click picture. From file, I'll go, this is car wash. I'll go insert car wash. I insert, I click OK. I'll go on to night parking. I go to insert, click picture. From file, under night parking, I put a picture for night parking. Yes. Now here we go. First, we have our images. Ctrl S, go to your dummy, see what we have. When I check, I have my pictures, but the size is really not tallying. It is not matching. So I will say, let me go back here to my design. I do some polish. On the pictures, I'm going to keep them with a uniform aspect ratio. Right click, I say picture properties. I go to appearance. I go to width. I want to keep the pictures width at around 400. And then let me, for you not to change the height by default, say keep aspect ratio. So I can now come here. I say now this should be 274. Yes. Then I click OK. I do the same for this. I go to picture properties. I go to appearance. I say keep aspect ratio off. I keep the size 400. And then I come here. I say the height is 274. I want to keep them with a uniform size. Come to this one. Picture properties. Go to appearance. Turn off aspect ratio. Then you say this should be at 4. And then this should be at 274. Just keep the aspect ratio at that, so that the images are matching. So I want to highlight and align them center. So now, after aligning them center, I want to also highlight this, keep it bold, align it center, and then I can go on to change the color to red. I can also go on to increase its size for easy reading. Now, for this image, I want to go on. I want to type some info onto the image. I just enter. I say this is. Now I go back to the question paper here because the question paper had interests. Double rooms and single rooms, 90, 50. So I come, I type that here. I say double rooms at what? Double rooms at 90 shilling. Yes. Then what else? Under single, they also have single room. Single rooms. The single rooms shift at what? At 50. At 50 shilling. So what else? We go to this. This is car wash. This is car wash at depending on the size of the car. Depending on the size of the car. And lastly, we have night parking. Night parking, we say night parking shift at night parking at just 10,000 shilling. So now I can go on to do some polish. I can bold them. I can increase the size at around, let me keep it at 18, and then I can go on to change the color to keep it a bit clear and liming very, very well. Or instead of putting the blue, you can highlight. You say, let me keep them at maybe black. Keep them at black. Yes. So now, after composing this, based on our plan, we are wrapping up. Based on our plan, we can take a pause there. Remember, you don't have enough time, so don't overdo elements that are not relevant, so that you don't lose out on time. So after putting this here, I can right click, go to page properties. I also apply a different background color that I think will tally with the question. I can take aqua. Let me see when I take aqua for the accommodation page. Control S. When I take aqua, this is how it looks like. I've controlled S. Now I can move and I see how my project looks like. This is my project. This is my project over here. On this project, let me refresh. On the home page, this is our home page. Accommodation, this is our accommodation page. And now we are going to go to restaurant, which is still blank. Contact us, which is still blank. And then we wrap up. So far we have 2 pages done. Home page done. Accommodation page done. Now restaurant and contact us. We call it an item. Okay, so now let us move straight to the restaurant page where we want to see what we had to do. Based on the plan on the restaurant page, we are to put some dummy content, and then we shall go on to put our different flavors that we prepare at the restaurant. Here we go. So far, you will go to the restaurant page. I want to put some dummy content. Over here, I go to my plan. I had a plan here. So on my plan, I will move. I want to break so that I don't pick the lines. So I want to use this as my dummy content, the opening statements for the person reading through. So I'll put my content here. I can go on to do some magic on it. Let me align it center. Let me go on to increase the size to 18. Let me keep it at 24. And then I can go on, change the fonts, make things look different depending on what you want to come up with in your design. So after getting this put here, I want to go on and put some information about our restaurant. Remember, I will come here and say, maybe let me focus more on the question paper. They're telling us here that restaurant, they provide the following: drinks, sodas, juice, ice cream, breakfast, we have katogo, lunch, we have chicken, etc. So I want to have this content put into my design. So I'll come here and say restaurant, comma, we provide the following. Restaurant, we provide the following. What do we provide? We have drinks. On drinks, we give soda. You, as the candidate doing, you have to be very fast, very fast. So I'll put juice. I'll go on and say we also have ice cream. Then I'll go to breakfasts. On breakfast, we provide katogo. We provide rice. We provide nyama. We provide nyama choma. We provide black tea. We provide black tea, comma, and we provide African tea. Yes. Now for lunch, which is our last category. For lunch, what do we provide? We provide chicken biryani. Yes, provide chicken biryani. We provide goat pilau. We provide matoke. We provide kalo, and we also provide molokoni and molokoni. So I'm picking all this from the question paper because they provided us with the material the way you see in this question paper over here. So we don't want to miss out on the examiner's interest. So now I will come, I can decide to align this paragraph in the middle. I can make it bold. I can come, increase its color. I can also go on to maintain the color to this, and then I can also go on to increase on the font color here to make the work readable for the people receiving it. Allow me keep this at bold. Allow me keep this at bold also. Allow me keep this at bold to also make it more clear for the person perceiving my work. So for the people following, please, thank you so much. You're doing great. Don't forget to share and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then spread the knowledge so that everyone can learn something. So now, after putting this down, I want to go on and compose a simple gallery onto what we provide. A gallery that looks like this. Look at the drinks, look at the foods, the way we see down here. So I also want to apply this, and then we run the session down. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to create a table having images. The way you see that I first created a table having images with a few labels. So I'm going to create this as I'm going to create a table of 1, 2, 3 columns, and 1, 2, and 2 rows. So Expression Web, runs more on tables if you want to come up with a clear design. So I'll move here. I say now I will need 2 rows and 3 columns. Allow me keep it at around 90, and then I'm going to align it center. I will also align it center. We keep that so that we save time. So now here I'm going to put the headings. Our headings are soda, black tea, African tea. Yes, I say here I'm going to take soda, I come here, I put African tea. Here I put black tea. Yes. Then after getting that, I'm going to insert some images to represent that. I go to soda, put the cursor where I want to insert an image, go to insert, click picture from file, and then come look for your soda. I'll click on soda, I put my picture there. I go to African tea, I do the same, insert picture from file. I say this is African tea, I put African tea over there. I go to black tea, I do the same, insert picture from file. I say I want black tea, I also put it over there. Now after putting them here, I want us to line them center, and then we keep a uniform picture size. Right click on the image, go to picture properties, go to appearance, we want to turn off aspect ratio. We want to keep the images with uniform size 400, and then the height should be 274. Yes, our soda there. Go to African tea, right click, picture properties, come to appearance, come to turn off aspect ratio, come here to size, say 400, and then the size is 274. You click OK. I'll go to black tea, right click, say picture properties, come to appearance, turn off aspect ratio, come to height, width, keep it at 4, come to height, keep it at 274, and then click OK. Now this is what we have. I'll go on, I highlight my heading, I align center, I increase the size to around this. I can go on to bold, I can go on to apply a font color that will give me the message very, very well, or I can just come to shading, I apply a different color, or I can just highlight. Here I right click, I go to table properties, I move to background color, I put a color of my choice. If I apply that, that is what we have at that point. Yes, the colors are still matching. After getting this done, I can now put a separator here. I can insert a line, click insert, go to HTML, click horizontal line, come double tap, increase its height to around 6, give it a color that is a bit unique, make it solid, click that, so that we have a separator. Control S, save changes, then check and see how your design is coming up. So on the restaurant page, so far this is what we have. Yes, our design is coming out. Let me add some few images and then we seal it down. At this point, I'm going to put food. Let me align it center. I'm going to put food, align it center, come here. I'm going to give it maximum. I'm going to bold it. I'm going to give it a catching color. I wanted to give it red. Yes. Then I come here, I insert a simple table, I put some images, we end it. So under food, I'm going to create the same number of columns. Come here, come to insert table. I want a maximum of 2 and then 2 rows and a minimum of 3 columns, and then I want to keep it at 90. I want to keep it at 90. I want to align it center, and then I will click OK. So when I click OK, I'm going to go on, I insert images here. Go to, I want to go to insert, click picture, go here and insert some food. We had some food here. I click OK. I will move to this. I go to insert. I click picture from file. I put some food again, nyama choma here. I click OK. I move to the last. I go to insert. I go to insert. I click picture from file. I look for some food. I put it there. I click OK. One more row here. Insert picture from file. Click, I want to get a different flavor. Yes, we have some luombo. Click insert, click OK. Do the same, insert picture from file. Go look for some food. I want to take this, click insert, click OK. One more, insert picture from file. I want some food. Yes, let me take the burgers and what we have here. So after putting this here, allow me highlight the entire, yes, allow me highlight the entire table. I align everything center. After that, I do the polish. Picture properties, appearance, aspect ratio. We are maintaining our pictures with uniform size 400. Come here, 274, and then click OK. Come over here, picture properties, appearance, aspect ratio. Come here, 400. Come to height. Under height, I want 274. Come click OK. Click here, right click, picture properties, appearance, aspect ratio. Come to width, 400. Come to height, 274. Click OK. Right click here, picture properties. I want to keep them at the same size. Come to aspect ratio, turn it down. Come to width, 400. Come to height, we say 274, and then click OK. One more to go. Picture properties, appearance, aspect ratio, width, I say 400. I come to height, I say 274. I click OK. One more, right click, picture properties, appearance, aspect ratio down, come to width, 400. Come to height, we say 274. I click OK. Yes, now I have a gallery of some foods that we provide at the restaurant. So now I can reduce on the sizing here so that we have the page of this size. And so far our restaurant page is up and running. Everything is up and running. So look at the beauty, look at the organization, look at the order, so that you get some good marks. So allow me check what we have in the design, in the display window. Look at the beauty, look at the size, look at the images, look at the alignment, look at the blending of the content and the connection to the scenario. So now, one more, remember each and every page should have a unique background color. Page properties, I move to appear formatting. I look for a color that I think will blend very, very well. Let me check. When I take tail, I see. Oh, when I take this color, it doesn't blend well with with red. Yeah, but still I will Control S. Though you can take any color on your side that you think will make your message felt. So I'll Control S. I'll go now to the contact us page. We seal this down and then we end the item. Within a space of few minutes, we shall seal the video down. So on the contact us page, this is the information we want to take. We want to say, getting in touch with Mountain Mufumbiro is simple and convenient. Yes. So I'll copy this. I come and put it down here as my opening statement. Yes. Allow me align it center. Allow me increase the size for visibility. Yes. So how do they get in touch? Remember our desired output. We need a contact us page that is in this shape. Yes. So let me copy this due to time. Let me say those who want to reach out. Let me paste it down here. So those who want to reach out to us today and let us make your stay or dining experience at Mountain Mufumbiro truly memorable. Therefore, you can sit and type the message down how you want people to reach out. So I want also to keep this contact info since the video is taking long. So I will put this here. Allow me align them on the sides so that we have everything there. People that want to reach out should reach out to mmmufumbiro@gmail.com or they should dial this number to reach out. Control S. Now, one more take that you want to seal this down. So, I'm going to design a form of this arrangement where our customers will fill the form and get to us. So, I'm going to put a heading, fill out our query form. So, I'll come here, say, fill out our query form. Yes, this is the heading. Let me align it center. Let me keep it at heading 2. Align it center again. I want to keep it with this color. Fill out our query form. Yes. Now, at this point, allow me separate the form by putting a horizontal line, insert HTML horizontal line. So here I'm going to now to insert my form. But for simplicity, please go and choose a table. Say I want 1 row, 1 column. Keep its size to 100 to around 60. Align it center. Let us keep the padding to 4. Cell spacing 4. The size 4. Over here, let me take the color out, this border color that, and then I take this to be my background. Yes. So after creating this table, now I'm going to create my form within here, and this form will be in a container. So work with me as we design this simple form. Remember, our target is to have a form like this one. We want to have a form like this one. So I'm going to put a heading, online form for our website. So I'll come here. I go to the form properties, which are this side, the way you see. So I'll come and choose this option which says container for a set of input fields. I come, I drop it in here. Then I'll start working in this white border that you see. I'm going to start by putting a heading, online form for our website. Yes, so online form for our website. So now I'm going to highlight, align it center, bold, then increase the size a bit, and then I can go on to give it some unique color. Now, away from that, I will start designing. What do we need? Maybe we need to pick enter, or we want to say your name, your email. Yes. So I will come here. I will say your name. Your name. I want to keep this with black, not red. Allow me keep it with black. So your name. Now I'll come and input a field that takes name, so which is the input text. So I'll come and put it over here. You're free to resize it depending on motive. So now I'll go and say enter. I want to say enter email. So on email, I prefer taking black. Let me bold it. So on email, still I will input a button that is input text to make it easy for the people to enter their email. Allow me put some space. Then what else you want to bring on the design? Based on the plan, you want to ask them their gender, and we are going to use radio buttons. So we shall say gender. Yes, on gender, what do we have? We shall take radio buttons. Yes, we say male. We say male, Ctrl Z. We say male, and then I pick another radio button. I put it around here. I call it female. Female. Yes. Then allow me put this in black so that we maintain the design. So what else should we ask from the people using our site? What's your favorite meal? We want to ask them such questions. So I'll come here and say what's your favorite meal? Question mark. And on this we want to put a drop down box. We want to put a drop down box where they will come and fill in, and or they just select from the options we have provided. So you just double tap, you come here, you say modify, and then you start putting choice. We have Luwombo, click OK, click add. We have Matoke, click OK, click add. We have Katogo. Depending on what you want to put into your form are the different options for the people to just come and select. What else should we put into the form? Most needed drinks. We want to take the checkbox. Yes, we can also apply that. How do we do that? First, you come and you create the field name. We say most needed drinks. Yes, allow me keep it at black. I will come and then insert what we call the checkbox. This is maybe a soda. Then I can also go pick another checkbox, which is around here. Checkbox. I call it maybe water, depending on how you want to design your form. So now we are wrapping up. So our form is getting done. So I'll come here. What else? We can ask them to send us a quotation, or we can tell them any message or comment for us, so that we put a text area. We are going to say any message or comment for us. So I'll come and put something which is a text area for the people to drop in their information. So I'm going to put that over there. And now what else? We can now go on and maybe wrap up. I'm going to put a few buttons that they can use to submit. I'll put a clear button which they can use. I'll just come here, I drag, I drop. This is the reset button. Allow me increase the size a bit. I want to, okay, so to change the content, I just double tap, I say name, value or label. I can say maybe clear form. Yes, I can also go on to give it some color. Then I will also go on to put maybe the submit button. Double click, come here. Yeah, we can keep it. Maybe we say submit form, and then I click OK. I can also give it a unique color, as simple as that. So now we can take this to be our form. Or you can design depending on your idea, depending on what you want to come up with. But so far, this is our form, the way you see it down here. Now, I'm going to keep white to be the background color of this form, the way you see my project. So now my project is done. I have designed over 4 pages. The way you've been able to check them using Microsoft Expression Web. I have the restaurant page, I have the accommodation, I have the home page, I have the contact us page, and everything has been designed from scratch using Expression Web. So this is our Waukesha. This is our Matigo item 2, the 2025 mock set. So we are done with our item 2. People that have been following, please, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And this is our complete project. When I check my home page, it is up here. When I check the accommodation page, it is also here. When I check restaurant page, it is also over here. And when I check the contact us page, it is also up and running. But a few areas for the learners or the candidates, please, you are reminded to burn all your work onto a CD, and then you have to print your work. How do we print a website page? When I Control P, you will first select the printer of your interest, and then it's better you take landscape so that you capture the entire space of your page. Then you come to more settings. You say now here I want to fit to printable area so that they fit, or you can maintain the actual size so that you have everything. And then you can also go on to say I want to see the background graphics, and I also want to see the headers and footers. You can also put all that so that your work looks like this, the way you see my project. Headers and footers, when it will help you, show you the time and everything, when you made, which page are you on to, and everything. So you print the home page, you print the accommodation page, and then the contact us page. So everything is up and running. So here you see, if you want the number of copies, you can customize from there, and then you can leave the margins under default, and then you are good to go. Remember, when we are printing, we normally use the A4 papers. So you can also activate that so that your work is printed on an A4 paper size. So this is how you print. You come, the printer is already selected, you click print, and then your site will be printed. So this has been our Matigo, item 2. Thank you for the people that have been following. This has been our session for item 2. For item 1, please go check on our channel. Everything has been put there for you. So thank you so much. Please subscribe and share. He has been your tutor, Mutebi Ratib, on this one, UCICT Practical Item 2 Matigo, Mock 2025 Paper 2, using Expression Web. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you.